So, ladies and gentlemen, if Bono was a Jewish fund manager, he'd be right here, right now. It's Al!
Hey everybody. For weeks, Bentley has been hammering how much I look like Bono, so I wanted you to be the judges. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an insult or to my benefit, but anyways, a lot of times, and I never buy it. I mean, a lot of times people come up to me and tell me how much I look like somebody either they know or somebody well known, like Eric Clapton or Johnny Depp. Most of the time, all I'm getting for that is, oh yeah, Johnny Depp, only if they're hallucinating, right? But normally, when I hear that, all I'm hearing is, yeah, you look like some white guy with glasses. That's all I'm getting from it. I'm fairly new to London. I'm looking for a job, which always sucks. Anybody here looking for a job? Don't be embarrassed. No reason to be embarrassed, unless you're sitting next to your current boss. So recently I've been, so basically I'm looking for a job that involves statistics and research analysis. Essentially I'm a professional geek. I'm one with my geekness. So I get to interview with other professional nerds and we talk about cool stuff like statistics and computers. And a few weeks ago I had my first in-person interview and it was unlike any experience I ever had before. The reason it was in an assessment center of a large corporation here in London, but I wasn't alone. There were 3 other candidates with me, and which was fine. Some competition never hurts. But the thing was that normally you expect to interview with 1 or maybe 3. You have 1 or 3 other people interviewing you, but no. They had their whole team of 10 people surrounding us, interrogating us like all day. It was from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Very tiring. By the time I got home, I was in my shower, kind of contemplating. I was brain drained, trying to think what I went through that day, and then I realized it was an intellectual gangbang. Think of it like this. I came, right? It starts off with foreplay. The 4 of us, surrounded by them. At first, we're introducing ourselves, telling them about our backgrounds. Immediately after, they rush us each to our own private chamber, right? And then they come in 2 by 2, and they have their way with us, asking us questions about statistics and computers. And for the finale, they get the 4 of us to be in a small cage and have us play with each other. And by that I mean they gave us an assignment that we had to solve as a team. And we weren't alone in the cage. They were all in the cage with us, surrounding us, right? And looking at everything we're doing and taking notes. And at the end, they insisted that we come to a conclusion about the exercise. That was really tiring. That was like 50 minutes like that. And at the end, they were whining and dining us with supermarket food. And I looked around the room, and then I realized, wait a second, we're all guys. That really freaked me out. I was thinking about, and if you remember the movie Return of the Nerds from the 80s, so it was like the gay version of Return of the Nerds 5, the gangbang. Anything, one thing about me is that I love languages, especially accents. When you think of accents, each has its own kind of unique persona to it. For example, Russians, the guys, no matter what they say, it will always sound very intense. Like, pass me the salt, please. Like a buddy of mine, he'll always come up to me and say, oh, do you want to hear a funny joke? At this stage, I know to say no, because every time I say yes, I'm doomed for disappointment. The reason being, every Russian joke, it ends with, oh, but it sounds better in English. Yeah, thanks a lot. That's 4 minutes of my time that I'll never get back. But my favorite all-time accent is Portuguese, as spoken by the Brazilians. When you think of Brazil, right, you think about fun because they have a lot going on, right? They have the futebol, and they have the naked women dancing, the samba and the carnaval, right? But for me, the first time I was in Brazil, I was thinking not fun, but actually mental retardedness. The reason being is because in Brazil, they kind of speak nasal, so they speak like up and down. And a common conversation sounds something like this. Oi, que tal? Tudo bom, tão legal. Onde é Campo Grande? Ah, Campo Grande é pra lá. But the most fun you can get with languages is if you mash them up together. For example, I was in Barcelona in a restaurant, And on the menu it says "Jara de cerveza." And that's how they speak in Barcelona, right? And it just reads a jug of beer. Unless you know Hebrew like myself, in which the word jara sounds very much like our word of shit. So when I'm saying "Jara de cerveza," I'm reading shitty beer. No thank you. Thanks a lot. My name's Eyal. You've been the best audience that I had not in like 5 minutes. Thank you.
He's got the gift of the gab, has he not? Woo! For the first time, that was truly sensational. And, you know, you've done the secret of comedy there. It's taken something like corporate conferences and turned it into gangbanging. That takes some, you know, takes some doing. And, ladies and gentlemen, next act